everyone, this is your host Irsa Khalid, and this program is presented to you by DiploTV. Let me tell you a bit about DiploTV first. DiploTV is an initiative of the Diplomatic Insight, which is Pakistan's premier diplomacy and foreign policy platform for over 17 years now. We believe in peace through informed dialogue, and this show is one of the flagship platforms to further that vision. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Omar Mansoor. Welcome to you, sir, in our program.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be.
Now, viewers, let me tell you more about our today's guests. Omar Mansoor is a London based fashion designer originally from Pakistan. He was the first Pakistani designer to showcase at London Fashion Week in 2008. His clients include British actresses, European royalty, and international public figures, and his work has appeared in Vogue UK and the Financial Times. In 2025, the British High Commissioner to Pakistan, Jane Marriott, wore his bespoke design at King Charles III's official birthday celebrations in Islamabad. So, Mr. Umar, tell us about your journey. Where did it all started? Uh, Tell us about your education and your background.
So I came from a textilian family, fourth generation into textile related product from my great grandfather onwards. So from Faisalabad, originally as a child, I used to go to the cotton field, see the seed being sowed, then seeing the crop being harvested from the what you call the quality of cotton. And my school trips also used to go to the only textile mills. So for us, going to somewhere other than textile mill was a different taste. But since all my class fellows were the textile mill owners, sons, etc., so the school always used to take us to mills where we get a chance to see. I mean, those mills are one of the biggest groups in Pakistan at the same time. So they have all forward integrated setup. You can see how the cotton is coming off the containers, the bales are open, the thread is manufactured, then the weaving is done, then the dyeing is done, printing is done, cutting is done, stitching is done. So the whole supply chain management, you can see live. Being a really bad student in other subjects and only good in handwork and arts, thanks to my teacher, Miss Rita Ishtiaq. She was the one who was always, and Miss Ghazala used to support me a lot in arts. That was those. These were the two subjects I used to get an A. So I think being even an 8-year-old kid, I knew that I will be ending up into clothing industry. So yeah, as far as I remember, I always wanted to be part of fashion or garments manufacturing. So yeah, and my family was very much okay with that. They knew that my father was into spinning, he was making thread, other uncles were into weaving, so nobody was into stitching. So yeah, they thought that this kid will go and set up a stitching unit.
Right, that's interesting. As you have mentioned about your background, that you worked and you opened your eyes in such an environment where there was around like textiles and your family business was textiles mills. And then, but somewhere your mind switched from just pursuing or executing that business to fashion industry, getting into fashion industry. So, what is fashion for you? And as a child, as a young, person, when we are in our teens, how did you differentiate that? Okay, fashion is something. Fashion would be my niche. How? What was the feeling, or what was your take about fashion? What inspired you, basically?
Inspiration was anyway, the women in my family were wearing really really nice clothes. They used to go to the good designers. Back in the days, there was Zubair Kuman and his boutique called Nipun Hall. That was our kind of family designer. I always used to notice that whatever the person in front of me is wearing, what if they change this shade to this shade, this combination to this combination? Maybe the shirt color should be slightly darker, and the shalwar could be in a different color, or the dupatta could be in a separate tie and dye. So I remember once my teacher said to my mom that he keeps on noticing my dupatta design, and once he sketched on his copy while during the class. But I remember that sketch was totally unaware of something, like I was making it without knowing that I was making it. So even in the class, I was noticing designs when it comes to meeting friends and family, going to the club in the evening. So the colors were something which was always, like always, even in my dreams, something which was catching my eye. When I was in Lahore School of Economics, second year of my bachelor's, so I launched my fashion and the designer lawn. And in those days, the designer lawn concept wasn't as big as nowadays. It was 10 years ago. So I'm talking about 2002. uh, it was a massive success because I got screen printed of all those designs which I was sketching since childhood. I had those designs on me, and I printed them on fabric, on lawn, screen printing, and all my class fellows are helping me. A big shout out to them after 24 years again. Mehreen, Isa, etc. They were there to help me set up my whole exhibition. And yeah, then I realized that there's a gap in the market for designer non-exclusive prints. People don't like to wear mass production. I mean, people like to wear mass-produced lawns, but they want something unique at the same time.
This is how you get into it. Okay. Uh, Tell us to our viewers, what is fashion world? How does it look like? And tell us about this industry to our viewers, as you have been in this business for years now.
It isn't that glamorous as it looks. First of all, it's it's a regular industry. It's a hard job. Maybe other jobs are 9 to 5, but our job is kind of 8 to 6. So we have to work at least 10 hours a day, at least sometimes 12 also. It's too much. It requires too much of your mental pressure, body pressures, and it gives you a bit of stress also at the same time. So it's not about seeing what you designed or what you conceived has been finally converted into a product, but how to get that into product. I mean, supply chain management, getting things on time, getting embroideries on time, getting the fabric supply, right color, right dyeing, non-bleeding colors, right finishing. So yeah, there's too much into it because we are selling a premium product at a premium price. So we need to give a premium service at the same time, and that brings a premium of stress also.
Of course. So, is it all about stress and not about glamour? What is the positive side of it? Tell the
Okay,
industry.
yeah, now I have discussed the non-glamorous side. So the glamorous
Yeah,
side is once the day is finished, then you are invited every day, almost every day, if not or thrice a week, if not all 7 days, to some events, to some parties, to some embassy event, some diplomatic gathering. You dress up, you forget all the day stress, you put a big smirk on your face, you fresh up and you go there. So and then you meet people. The For me, the whole idea of networking is revenue. So if they can bring revenue to my show, to my business, why not? So meeting new
right.
clients, new prospective clients, because it's a business at the end of the day. It's not just the statements of appreciation matters, but it's my bank statement which matters at the end of the month. Yeah, so the glamorous side is there. Then we have fashion weeks all over the world. So you are taking luxurious flights to New York, Alhamdulillah. Then you're staying on those luxurious hotels, and then you have a show in the ballroom. There are models line up. You're shouting at the makeup artist that all of the team should do the same look. The lipstick shade should be same. The eye color, eyeliner shouldn't be messed up among the models. And those models who later, after finishing their makeup, they go into the toilets and redo their touch-ups. So I, you have to have cat fights with them, quarrels with them, the steamers, the backstage helpers. So yeah, that's the glamorous side, and all the press and media and lighting on the front. That's the happy side, but the happy side happens once a month. The other side happens 5 times a day.
A lot of stress as well, I must say.
Yes, and if you understand how to manage the stress and how to enjoy the stress, then I start feeling, yeah, stress is limited. I need more stress. This stress is nothing. This show wasn't fun that way. It was fun at the end of the day, Alhamdulillah, but the stress was nothing. The team was so good. I need some bad people in my team also so I can have some drama.
Exactly, right. So, speaking of drama, share some interesting anecdote of your life which you still remember and which is funny at the same time. You can say it was a thriller if we zoom in, but now when we zoom out and we look at it in the hindsight, you think that this was such a fun that thing happened at that day, that moment, at that event.
uh, there are quite a few dramas I can think of as you asked me.
Mhm.
Once it was at the backstage, yeah, we swapped the dresses of the models, and because one model wasn't fitting, so it was very last minute. But the dress which we gave to the second model, the first model was already in love with it. It was showing her very beautiful rather than the dress looking beautiful. She was more concerned about herself. And when I gave her the other dress, she started asking the team, the helpers, to put some extra safety pins on the dress so that the silhouette looks more body hugging, which wasn't the shape of the dress. So I told her that leave it like this, don't touch it. And she tried it again. So I politely asked her that, also, okay, give this dress to another model. You're not in the show. So politely asking her and looking at her face and the drama which was created backstage, and asking another model who opened the show to come back and redo and change into that dress. And she didn't have enough time to close all the hooks of the jacket. So she walked out holding the jacket like this because the whole jacket was open on the front. So yes, that was one of the I can recall.
Or that it is some fashion thing, or you were just portraying it in that manner, right?
Well, yes, it was. The audience thought that this looks good, so she's
The
walking
whole
like
thing.
that. But
Okay.
yeah,
This is also a dilemma. I mean, what is actually fashion? What are the, I would say, guardrails of fashion? But because everything, if there is something odd, people say, it, okay, this might be a fashion, you know? But there are, as you have just, shared the story, everything is not fashion, you know? So, is this, you can say, the good side of fashion, that fashion encompasses almost no definitions, I would say?
well, the fashion is something which has to evolve. It's keep on evolving and it keeps on changing. It's your personal style, I must say. I mean, the same jacket, the fabric was designed by Maheen Khan from Karachi in Koya silk. So when she saw photo, she said, "Why is the model holding it like this? Yeah, the whole fabric design doesn't shows like properly."
General public would never know that this was some,
Yeah,
something not, yeah, or yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it was an accident rather than a fashion. And
yeah,
maybe you'll see
exactly.
future models, the regular women walking, holding such jackets like this, that it looks glamorous and stylish.
Signature style or something.
Yes.
As we are here at Diplo TV, and this platform is all about diplomacy. What, in your perspective, what is the link between fashion and diplomacy, and how does they connect with each other? As you also work with embassies, with royals, and with the people from the governments, how do you see the link in between?
I think it's even more stronger link tool as we even see it on normal person. Or even if how I assume it is, it's more serious and a stronger kind of tool which can be used for diplomacy, for soft diplomacy precisely. You can sell your hard machinery through fashion shows at the embassies. You can get the right uh, buyers from other countries, and you can even sort out your bilateral ties or unilateral ties through fashion shows and fashion events. Not just that, but fashion exports, fashion collaborations. Like I have worked with Uzbek embassies and got a UNESCO prize from the Uzbekistan government also. I have used the fabrics from their Faisalabad, which is called Margilan, the city, and my collection was even titled Margilan. So not just that, I think fashion collaborates in a way that when you talk about fusion fashion, which I feel like I am more into, you can always mix and match uh, two countries, two civilizations, and you can take things ahead not just in fashionably manner, but into more strong diplomatic ties. So yes, fashion do play a big, massive role in diplomacy.
So basically, it leads to very important, achievements and very important communications among the people of different countries, and especially diplomats, I would say, if that is what you say. Um, Being from Pakistan, how much you're passionate about introducing Pakistan's art, artists, embroidery, culture thing at international platforms around the globe, as you have mentioned that you have to travel different countries for your shows, and you meet a lot of people. Uh, do you think? I mean, what is your take on this? How do you see this thing, and how do you execute or pursue it? And how do you include this Pakistani touch? If you do, if you are like, how? What is your effort in this whole thing, in your fashion?
I personally think every Pakistani, every who be it a laborer, be it a software engineer, be it a real estate developer, once you cross the border of Pakistan, you enter into another country, you become your ambassador. Whatever you do, however you communicate, you're representing not just yourself, your upbringing, your family background, you're representing whole Pakistan, not just the diaspora, not just the community. So I think being into the fashion and the artistic side, I become kind of cultural ambassador, kind of wherever I go. So for me, it's super important that I bring a good name to my country, to the artisans who are working there. As you mentioned, Jane Marriott's dress, it was collaboration with FCDO, Commonwealth Development Office of United Kingdom, and there was an aid associated to Karvan Crafts and those artisans who have worked on the specific dress. So such dresses or such collaborations are clearly a diplomatic collaboration, not in the short run, but even in the long run, not just with Omar Mansoor brand, but for upcoming brands of Britain, of Pakistan. So it's all about understanding the gist of diplomacy. It's not, I'm not representing the Umar Mansoor Couture label. I'm not just representing the person Umar Mansoor behind it. I'm representing the whole Pakistani embroiderers and the fashion industry at the same time.
Right. So, uh, as I have read about you that you are based in London. So why London? Why not Pakistan? And why did you move from here?
So I actually was asked by my mom to go to London and to study here. So that was her idea. My late mother, she was the one who asked me 20 years ago to come to London and study at London College of Fashion. After finishing my education, I got a chance to showcase at London Fashion Week. Then I was told, I realized that there are not other Pakistani designers who are representing in London Fashion Week, so I should be a bit of more regular here. And launching the label, and with my business DNA, I started selling clothes, and the business settled here. And they say, the rest is history. That's how I got settled in London.
Right. So now a lot of years has been passed. How would you explain your career, or how would you, close it? How would you want to describe it in a nutshell? That the whole trajectory of your career.
Well, almost 2 decades into my career here, and the career also has a history back home also, because when I was doing design along there. So uh, in a nutshell, it's a roller coaster ride with loads of screams and excitement. It wasn't just the graph was going like this; it was like this, but still, Alhamdulillah, upwards. There was COVID. There was a super flop collection in 2012. Zero sales. I really learned a lot from that. How to do trend forecasting, how to rely on trend reports, and how not to do whatever I like. I have to do. I have to understand the pulse of the market and do what the customer wants. So doing 100% creative collection is not the answer. It should be a balance of like 30% creative, 70% commercial, because that's where the business came from. Yeah, there was lots of learning, meeting lots of people, from getting advice from Anya Hinmarch, and there's another designer from America who was visiting as a guest lecturer at London College of Fashion. Mr. Jimmy Choo collaborating with Lucy Choi, Jimmy Choo's niece, for the shoes at the catwalk. So yeah, I mean, I think how should I put it? It's like a chocolate muffin with the coating of chocolate and the filling of chocolate inside, and it looks delicious and tasty, yummy.
Oh, that's so
And not
wonderful.
yeah.
That is wonderful. That means you are satisfied with what you are doing and what you have been doing throughout all these years.
Alhamdulillah,
Uh,
ji, alhamdulillah.
yes. Besides fashion, what are your other interests? If you were, wouldn't be the fashion designer, then what would you do? Like if you had an option or you wanted to achieve something else as a career,
Mhm.
what should be it? What could be it?
Well, not many people knew that I did an undergrad in business and I did an MBA from the Howard School of Economics and Marketing. And I really enjoyed the concept of branding. I was taught by the best of the industry, such as Andali Abbas, Shafqat Mahmood, Aisha Raza, Badia Raza. So they are the big fishes of the marketing industry and business management. So I think I would be working, or I have been owning my own. Advertising agency, branding agency, something, because I really like to play with other brands and their images. So, but now luckily I'm working with my own brand and my own image. So I think I would be working in branding or some creative side of branding.
Yeah, because now it is inevitable. You have to get into branding, whatever the business you are running.
Mm.
Fashion is, often seen as glamour from the outside, as you have mentioned. But tell to the people who really want to get into this field or who want to follow your legacy, that what are the challenges and how should we prepare ourselves before getting into this industry, or as a beginner, what are the do's and don'ts?
So the do's are make something which you can get money out of. It's very important. Else it becomes a hobby, and the hobby doesn't sustain for long because, I mean, if you're even a male, you have to run a house, a full family. So it's very important to be aware of the commercial aspect of the fashion. Um, do something different. Be creative. Do your research. Do a lot of research. Don't be just a dumb that I wanted to design this, so I become a designer. See what's selling, what's the market trends are. So do a, as I said, 30-70 collection. 30% is all about your creative side. Don't think that it's going to sell ever. It's for your own collection, personal collection. So use that for your branding. Use that those items for your red carpet endorsements and Insta post and this and that. And from there, it comes a diffusion collection, which is 70% of your collection, which should be commercial, which should be sellable, which should bringing the revenue to your business. So yeah, always keep this balance in your mind, which is very important.
Okay. So, in the end, what advice would you give to life advice would you give to our viewers, and what is your message for this platform, Diplo TV?
As I says, uh, each and every of us Pakistanis are ambassador of Pakistan once we step out of Pakistan, especially once you even sit on the plane in Pakistan, flying out of Pakistan. And do what you like, you will never get bored. I sometimes work 16 hours a day, but I'm not bored. The fake smile is still on my face at the end of the day, no matter how tired I am. But it's always important to do in life, live your dreams. You only live once. So don't take much of the society pressures or parents' pressure. Their job was to bring you into this world and brought you up. Your job is to live your dreams. So you
Right.
are yeah, you don't follow you forward your dreams to your children. So it's very important that you live your dreams. And yeah, don't much think about the society. They will die also with you, so not a big deal.
Now, this is the motivation that they will die. That's perfect. Yes, this is how you can, be very clear and not bothered by the society,
You don't
uh,
need to be.
and just listen to your heart, right?
Yes, clearly.
Perfect. This is the motto. And what message for us for Diplo TV for this platform?
You guys are doing a very good job, and there was a big gap and need for this thing, that diplomacy and Pakistan image, especially in the current days, how the world order is changing and how important it is to portray the narrative of Pakistan. And I can see, seeing at your websites and your publications and magazines, you people are doing the right job, which is meant to be done. So kudos to you guys.
Thank you so much. That's so kind of you and nice. But thank you so much, sir.